Hi everybody, this is Tina with Rehatch Designs. Hope everybody's doing well. I just want to do a video today kind of showing you what I got from BEEBEECRAFT. I just opened this up and I have this wonderful trim, and I've got it in the maroon color, and then I've got it in the red. I use this a lot on tags and things, but I also like to use it a lot like on tassels and things because it's thin enough that I can put beads on there, and I'll show you kind of what I mean in a minute. I also got this gorgeous blingy chain, a whole bunch of it here, and it's really beautiful, and we're going to make something really fun and Christmassy with that too. And then I got these beautiful glass beads. These are 8mm beads, and they're just different pearl beads in kind of Christmassy colors. And I just put them in this little tin. We're going to be doing something with these little tins. But anyway, I kind of want to show you what I like to do with them. It's kind of a fun thing that's kind of not junk journaly, but it'd be a cool present to give somebody. Anyway, I last year made some of these, and I really loved them, and I gave them out as a Christmas present, and I thought maybe you guys might want to see what I did. Basically, we're going to use these little trees, and these are just the plain ones. You can actually make these any color you want. I happen to like the, I guess they're kind of an off-white color this way for this project, but you can spray them with alcohol ink and make them any color you want. And I got them in a whole package on Amazon. They were not very expensive, and they come in different sizes, so I'm going to use that. I'm also going to be using some of these Tart Molds, and I did this last year too. You get a lot of them in one container, so you could really make a whole bunch of ornaments if you want to. We'll be using that. You could use these trees that you get like from the dollar store, but the difference is that this is more like a bottle brush and it's soft. This is more of a kind of a plasticky, and you really can't get things in there real far. But you could do it in a pinch if that's all you could get. I think it would still work. Anyway, I just like the look of this color and everything for what we're doing. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to use. The other things I'm going to be using, I have some of the shaved ice from Stampendous, and I got it off of Amazon, and I like using that. You could definitely use white glitter or silver glitter, whatever you want to use. And then I also have some of this glass glitter from Doris, but again, you could use like silver glitter if you have some glitter. A little bit of white glue, Mod Podge, or whatever you have on hand. I have also just some regular old cotton balls. You know, just plain old cotton balls will work. I'm going to use my hot glue gun, and let's see what else here. I have just a few other extra beads that I'm going to add on there, not that much. And that's pretty much it, guys. Oh, also, I have just some little cutouts that you can use, like that are small enough to fit in the tin. So if you have some cutouts, just all you have to do is make them small enough, and they can fit in there, and they will work great. Okay, so anyway, let's start with this. Let me show you what we're going to do with that. I have several different tins here, and I want to kind of show you. This is one I actually rusted, and I have a video out there on rusting, and I'll try and remember to put that out there. And this ribbon from BEEBEECRAFT, we're going to use that in the end, but I'm going to put this over here to get it out of my way for now. And And then this is one that I just kind of faux rusted, where I just kind of painted it to look like rust. And I have a video out there like that too. And, you know, it just depends on what you like. You may not want them rusted at all, okay? I'll show you another one in our next little segment on one that I didn't even rust. I just kind of toned it down a little bit because the actual color itself, let me show you, is this bright. Here, I'll put these in here so we can, ooh, they're going all over. Here we go. It's a kind of a shiny metal, and I don't really like that. But of course, you know, you may like it like that. So what you can do, this is one I put in a little bit of vinegar, peroxide, and salt. That's the rust solution that I have out there. And I only left this in there for like 15 minutes, okay? These are ones that I probably left, I'll show you that, overnight. So that's how much that got rusted, okay? And then this is one that I put in there for about an hour. So, you know, just depends. I mean, you just kind of have to watch it and see what you like, okay? You know, I'm going to do this one for this tree, the one that I faux rusted, just in case some of you don't want to do the rust thing. But it's super easy and it's inexpensive. So, I'll link that video on there so that you can see how to do it. Let's see here. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do with this is I am going to prepare my tree. And I'm going to take my 8mm, these are glass beads, and they're little pearl beads. And they have holes in them so that you can string them. But I am going to use them for Christmas ornaments in my tree. And I'm going to use my hot glue gun because to me that works better than anything. It's you can use like just tacky glue or something, but this is kind of immediate. And all I do is I just go around and I put my little Christmas balls in there, and I try and put the holes to where you can't see them. And even if you don't, you really don't notice them. So, and I just kind of go around and I put different colors and go all the way around my tree. So, I try not to smush them in too much. You want them, you know, a little bit in, but you don't want them sticking out on the end. But then again, you know, if you put them in too far, you won't be able to see them. And then you're going to have to use a lot more. And I just want enough to decorate the whole outside. And see here, I'm not putting it in too far. So I'm just kind of laying them in there. Just trying to vary the colors a little bit. You know, just to kind of give us a little variety. I'm not trying to fill it. So, right, let me just put this right here. And I'm just going to keep going around. I'm trying to get different colors everywhere. And really, it's just that easy. And it really makes a really fun looking. I like this color personally, but, you know, with the rusted and all that, just because I think it kind of, I don't know, it looks kind of like a vintage ornament to me would look. See that one? I didn't turn it over that much. I need to move it. Yeah. To me, it just looks more vintage. I don't know why. But I think, you know, and definitely you could spray these green if you wanted them green. You can change the color very easily with alcohol ink. So if that's what you want to do, I like this color, but you know, you may not. Anyway, this is a really fun ornament, and actually you can just make it a tabletop thing too. If you don't want it to be an ornament, you could just put it set it on the table, and you'll see that in a minute. But it's kind of an either-or thing, so I think they're really cool. And they don't take very long to do, so let's see, what color am I going to put down there? I think red. And, you know, you just put however many you feel that you want in there. I think a beige one right there. I'm getting these little strings here, but we'll get rid of them in a minute. Okay. And I think I need maybe a green one right there. And then maybe another beige or white one right there, maybe. And so anyway, this was a packet, and it had all of the Christmas colors in it. So anyway, I think that's enough. I mean, you can put more if you want, but I kind of like that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to just set that aside and get some of this glue off of my fingers. And we are going to take, this is what I call my tree base, okay, is what I'm going to make my base out of. You can use any of the size. You don't have to do the round one. You could do, you know, whatever kind you want to use. But I'm going to use this one, and this is the one I faux painted, and just to make it look rusty. It's not really rusty, okay? I did put it in the peroxide vinegar solution for like about maybe 15 minutes, and that just takes the real shine off of it. And then all I did is painted it, and that's it. That's all I did, okay? With pretend rust stuff, okay? So now I'm going to do my next step, and this is where I'm going to take our little bling, and this stuff is really sparkly, guys, and oh God, there's so many things you can do with this, jewelry wise too, but we're going to do this because I like the I guess I just like the whole idea of the bling and the rust together, you know. I just like that look. So I am going to actually take this, and I'm going to put it all the way around this top part right here, and it's not going to lay exactly flat, but I want the sparkly side on the outside, and I'm just going to hot glue it, and I'm going to go all the way around, okay, just the top right here, okay, and go all the way around. Okay, I'm going to do that, and I don't know if 3-in-1 glue or, you know, whatever. I know E6000 would hold. I do the hot glue because it's immediate, and this stuff is not heavy, so it will stick very easily. My only thing is, you know, get it on there before the glue dries, like I'm not doing, so. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think that part of the glue dried a little bit, so I'm going to have to put more glue. And it's very easy to do. It's not hard because it does move, so. All right, I just try not to put too much so the glue doesn't dry on me. And I'm just going around. And good, okay. So then, and it cuts super easy with scissors. I'm going to take that right there. That last one. You don't have to have jewelry pliers or anything like that. Okay. I'm going to put a dab of glue right there. I think I let it dry. Okay. And I don't care that there's a little glue on top. It doesn't matter to me because we are going to be filling that in a minute. Okay. So now we have our little sparkly around the base of our tree, okay? Now what we're going to do is we are going to put a little bit of glitter on the very bottom, And that is this glass glitter. And I did get that on Amazon. And there's a lot of different brands out there. But it is different than regular glitter. But, you know, you guys do what you want to do. If you have regular glitter and want to use that, that'll work too. And all I'm going to do is I am going to take just my Mod Podge, and you can use any kind of white glue really. And I'm going to take that and I'm just going to put it on the ends like this. Just like that. Not tons, but you know, just enough. There's some kind of, oh, that's the string from the thing. And this is on my faux rust. So I did this kind of because I wanted to control the amount of rust I had on there. So, but you can certainly, and I mean, once you get done, it looks pretty believable. So, but rusting stuff is easy too. So that's not that hard. All right, so now that we've done that, I think I missed a spot right there. Okay, so we are going to put some of our, get some paper over here. I'm going to take this and just basically sprinkle the glitter on there. And this is going to go all along the bottom. And I don't want it to be a perfect line. I'm wanting it to be kind of haphazard. Okay, so that's kind of how it looks, and you've got your blingy stuff on top. All right, so now let me put that down. So that is going to be our tree stand, and I like the rust and the blingy. I think it looks cool, but we're not done. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to take our tree that we made, and we're going to do a couple things to it while this is drying. Probably won't be all the way dry, but it'll be a little way dry. We're going to take a little, I guess this is a snowflake, little dangle, and it has a little thing in the top. And we're going to take one of our, I guess we'll use the red for this. We'll take some of our ribbon here. And I'm going to take that. And what I'm going to do to make it easier to get through there, because it's kind of a small hole, but usually this stuff, because it's so easy to work with, you can put it like on, you know, I'm just putting a little glue on the end, and that's just to make it look, or make it a little easier to string through there. And I am going to actually put this in here. This is probably longer than I need it, but I'm going to put, I have a, just a little pearl here. Now this has a bigger hole than the other ones. I'm sure you can get these at BEEBEECRAFT too, but these are a decent size hole. The other ones you would have to probably use wire, or, you know, jewelry wire to do that. But this, I'm using the ribbon, and I like it this way because I like how the ribbon looks with it. Okay, and I'm just going to string that through there. And again, the key really is just to put a little glue on there. And I am going to put that kind of right. You could string the whole thing with stuff. Anyway, what I do then is I just tie a knot at the top so it won't come undone. All right. Now, if you want to, you can tie a knot down here and then tie a knot over there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it and tie one on the top. Okay, so there we go. I'm just going to leave that up there. Oop, I just did it. I didn't do it. I did not do it big enough, so I have to redo it. All right, let me do it again. All right, there we go. Yeah, I gotta tie my knot a little bit bigger for it to stay. It is a big, like I said, it is a bigger hole, so there we go. I'm gonna do that again. One more time. Right. It's just a little fiddly, and I am, for some reason, not doing a very good job of this. Okay, there we go. Nice, good size knot, and I'm going to trim that off so it looks good. And then I'm just going to put that up there and then that down there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to take, and you don't have to have that there. I mean, you can just do, you know, it without any kind of pearls or anything like that. So now what I do, this little snowflake thing, I just glue it to the very top of my tree so it looks kind of like a star, and the hot glue will hold it. This is very, very light, and even the other thing is. So I just take it and kind of stick it right like that. Kind of hold it down, try not to burn my finger. And I'm going to put a little glue right where I want it, okay? And I'll put more on there in a minute, but I hold it down just like that, and I'll put another dab of glue, and I will cover that in a minute with something you'll see. But that will actually hold it down, and it'll stay there. If you want to, you could take like a piece of jewelry wire or something and then wire it in there, but I have found that it stays just fine with the hot glue. Okay, so we got that. I'm bending my tree a little bit. So now that we have that part done, we are going to finish off our tree, okay? So what I like to do at this point, now this isn't dry all the way, but it's a little dry. We are going to take a cotton ball, kind of break it up a little bit. Usually one cotton ball is enough, but I'm going to just kind of break it in pieces because it's easier to work with. So get that ready. And I'm going to take my little stand right here, it's wood on the bottom, and we're just going to go ahead and I'm going to hot glue it to the middle of my little tree stand. And it's okay if I have a little extra glue, it's not going to matter, but you do want to try and get it in the middle and even, and push down. Okay, and you can tell I put a lot of glue in there. All right. Okay, so then after you do that, you want to take your hot glue and you want to kind of stuff your, let me get some of the glue off my fingers. You want to stuff your cotton in there like snow. Take a little bit of glue, and like I said, you don't have to use hot glue. You could use, oops, I didn't mean to go over the side. Yeah, I'm getting a little sloppy with my glue. So you don't want to cover up your bling. You just want to you want to really kind of cover up that wooden base and the very top of this little tart thing. And then you'll see there's like a little wire in there, you know, the top. And I like to cover that up a little bit. I mean, not all the way, but just a little bit. So it kind of goes up a little bit. Okay. So you do that. And like I said, you don't want to, you're not trying to cover up your blingy that you put down there. You're trying to just get your bottom. I'm getting too much all over my hands. So, okay, let me get that down a little bit there. There we go. Okay, so that's pretty good. And then after you do that, I mean, you could leave it like that. You don't have to take the next step. I'm actually going to put a little bit more here because I don't like the wire showing that much. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right right at this base part right here, and then put a little bit of this in there. I just like to cover that up a little bit. That's just me. There we go. So that kind of covers up that little wire a little bit. You know, everybody do it the way you want. And so then anyway, that is kind of how we've done it, okay? And let's see, I don't know what's going on with my tree here. All right, so now we have that in. Put that all, smush it down. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to just add, if I can get some of this off of my fingers, put my glue gun over there. We are going to add a little bit of this shaved ice to the snow. And you know, that's just kind of an extra thing, but the whole idea is we're trying to make it blingy. And the way I do that is I just take, where did my paintbrush go? Here we go. Just take my paintbrush and I put a little bit of Mod Podge all everywhere on the snow down here. Okay. Don't know why, but this tree, I think the tree is coming undone from the wood base, so that's not a good thing, but let me see if I can twist it a little bit. There we go. I might have to deal with that later. Anyway, so you just do that, get it, you know, to where, now, here's the part too. If you want to put snow on your tree, which you can do, this is when you would do it. Put it wherever you want to put it. And I usually put a little bit on. I put some right where the glue would go on that star so you can't see it. And then I put it all around here. I don't want it on here. But I put it anywhere I think I might want it, which is basically, you know, on the outer part of it. I'm not trying to cover up my little pearls. And then I just do that all the way around wherever I want it. Okay. You can clump it wherever you want it. Just do whatever you want to do. You can always add more if you don't think you put enough. I mean, I usually put too much, but oh well, we'll see. Okay, so that's what you do there. Put your paintbrush. I'm making a mess of this, and I don't need to. All right, so then you just take your little ice, your shaved ice, and you're just going to put some on your bottom portion and all over your tree, anywhere you want it. Okay. I think I put it everywhere. Okay, and then of course, you know, shake it out just like you would any other kind of glitter. I think I got it all over, right? All right, so, oh, I missed this up here, didn't I? Okay, there we go. Did I get enough on the bottom? Yeah, when it dries, I mean, this is the difference. The shaved ice is very, very light. It's more like flakes. It's not really glitter. So it has a different effect. Okay, it's kind of hard to tell, you know, when it's still wet. But anyway, guys, that is it. That is your ornament. Okay, so that is your cool little Christmas ornament, and you can hang it like that from your tree, or you can have it sitting, you know, like you just on a table. But either way, I think it turns out really, really cute. I love these. I think they're really fun. And the faux rust works great if you want to do faux rust, but real rust looks cool too. Or again, you could do it plain. Anyway, that's that one. I'm going to put it off to the side. Okay, the next one, we're not going to use the pearls, but we are going to, let's see, what was I using? Oh, here's the one that I did not rust all the way through. So I did it just like, I think it was about an hour really is all. I don't think I did very much. Excuse me, I'm picking off all the stuff on my fingers so I can maybe do some of this. Okay, so what we're going to do on this is we are going to put a, I have this Santa Claus with the reindeer, and this was, these little cutouts I bought already done. I think it was an HSN thing years ago, and I've used them quite a bit, but they're really small, so it works really well. But you can also, and I have done this, use just any of your little cutouts, just shrink them down. You just want to make them pretty small because they have to fit in there. So, but anyway, this, you almost always have to trim stuff when you put it in there, so I hope this one will try. I think it will. Okay, so this isn't going to fit all the way in there, and you don't want it to because you don't want it way in the back, but you do want it to kind of set, you want it to be in there, okay? So this one, I'm probably going to have to cut, I don't know what he has in his hand. I have to cut something over here. Maybe I'll use these. Because if I don't do that, it's not going to fit. And I really don't want to cut the reindeer. I don't know how that's going to look if I do that. Let me see. I have to go kind of like that. Yeah, that looks better. Yep, I think that works good. Okay, so let's see if that fits now. Sometimes it's just a little snip here or there. Like, see this little part of that tree? If I cut that off, it'll fit in there and around that a little bit. And then I'm going to cut that part off. All right, let's see if it'll fit better now. Maybe the little tip of the sled. Right? Okay, let's try it and see now if it fits a little better. Try not to cut the reindeer. Yeah, I think that's going to be perfect. That'll be perfect. Well, just a tiny bit right there. Gosh, I hate to cut that off. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be all right. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, the first thing I do is I take my cotton balls and I am going to put them and kind of, I just pull them apart, you know, just like however, and I'm going to kind of get it to where they're going to fit in the back here. And so what they do is they fill up that space that we're not, that we're going to have this. So this will be here, and it'll have snow in the back, okay? So we might need a little more. You can buy the little snow stuff to put in there too, but cotton balls work just fine. And again, I'm going to use my hot glue because it's fast. And I'm just going to put some in there. I'm probably putting way too much, but there we go. Just kind of mixing it up. So it'll go in the inside. And then put my snow in there. Right? And the point is that you want enough of it in there to be a background, okay? But you don't want to fill it up too much because you're going to then put your little thing in there, okay? So that is going to fit right in there, okay? And that's probably just the right amount, although I did have a tiny bit of glue showing there, so I'm going to have to fill that later. It'll be fine because we're going to put our shaved ice in there. And again, we're just going to take, let me get a bigger paintbrush for this. I'm just going to take my Mod Podge. And I'm going to, any white glue would work, guys. So I'm just using this because I happen to have it handy. And I don't like it too runny. I like it, you know, and I don't like it too thick either. So this is kind of a good in between. And I know things will stick to it really well. So, and I'm basically just covering my, my, you know, snow basically with this, okay? Anywhere where I want snow. And right where I had that glue kind of sticking out, I'm just going to put a little bit of that in there. And you may want to put a little on the sides, going up the side. Not too much, but a little, so it doesn't look like you just stuck a cotton ball in there. And just kind of go just a little bit up the side like that, okay? So there, I'm going to put this on in the little thing there. Okay, so then, where'd my little thing go? Okay, here it is. We're going to take our same shaved ice and put that in there. And I just pour it in there because you can always pour it back in. Yep. Okay, there we go. All right. So that is that. And we're going to put that right over here. All right. So we've done that. And there's one thing I want to do before I go any further. I'm going to punch a hole, and I'm just using this punch, and even a regular hole punch works, guys, because I've tried it. This stuff is just a little bit thicker than, it's like a tin can, like a, you know, like a vegetable can, maybe a little bit thinner. So you can use your little punch on that, but I am going to go right in the middle up here. And I don't want to go too to the end, but I want to go enough to where, get it right in the middle there. Okay, hold on, right. Do I have it good? Okay. Yeah, I think we're good. So I just punched a hole, and you saw how easy that punched. And that's to dangle our ornament from. Okay. We're not going to dangle it yet. I'm just doing it now so that I can not have to mess with it after I do the other things. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put our blingy stuff on there. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to put this in because it's really tight. So I'm going to go ahead and put hot glue on here, and we're going to put this in place just because I think it's going to be a tight fit, and I don't think I'd be able to get it in there later. So I'm using hot glue to adhere it. And I'm just going to stick this right where it's going to go. Just push it back. And you kind of want to push it in because you want it to be toward the front, but not enough so you can't do anything else. Okay, so there we go. That's perfect. Okay, so that is our little guys in there. Okay, so now we're going to take our blingy stuff. I'm going to guesstimate how much that's going to take. And I'm going to go right here. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it basically all the way around this whole thing, okay? And it's not going to fit perfectly in the grooves, but however you would like to put it. You can put it facing out, facing in. I like to put it facing in. And I'm going to use my hot glue, okay? And the trick to using the hot glue is just don't cover up your hole that you made, because you're going to need that. The trick to using the hot glue is to not do too much all at one time. You can use other glues with this too. You could use a jewelry glue. You could use E6000. I don't know. 3-in-1 might work. I like hot glue because it's immediate and it works fairly easily. So I'm just going to keep putting this all the way around. And all I'm trying to do is basically line the inside of this with blingy stuff. Go. Trying not to put too much glue. But if you do, that's okay, because we're going to be putting more stuff on here, so it'll cover it up. But I usually just wipe it off with my finger. I don't know, I don't find it that hot, but oh well. Okay, so we're going to keep going all the way around. You know, so it's really fairly easy to do because this stuff is very flexible. Okay. Oops, I got glue where I didn't want it. There we go. And I'm just kind of smushing it in. And this is going to go, and this is going right at the very edge. Okay, so basically we're just kind of hitting the very edge of this with the bling. All right. Eesh. Got just a little bit more here. And this gives it some major sparkle. All right, so I'm going to cut the very top. Let's see. I don't think I want to go past that piece. And I always save these little pieces because there's lots of stuff you can do with that. Okay. Anyway, so that is going to go there. So I need to put a little dab of glue. Okay. I'm going to put that there. See, look how cool that looks already. All right. Now, we have to put our little hanger thing on next. And I am going to use the other color, the maroon color that I got. Ooh, I got this glue all over my fingers. Okay, so I am going to take, I don't know if that piece is going to be big enough. I take a long piece because I'm going to tie a bow on this, and I'd rather have more than, you know, not enough. So, okay, so this is how I want to do this one. I am going to put a bead on there. This up. Oh, I kind of forgot something too. Well, let's see if I can do it. I might not be able to now. I was gonna, let me see if it'll fit. I forgot to punch a hole in the bottom. Let's see if it'll fit. It might, see, that's the problem. It may not fit now. Eesh, okay. I don't want to take that off either. I don't know if my other hole punch will do that. Let me see if I can maybe get my other little hole punch to do that. Let me see if I can fit it in there. No, it's not. I was going to punch a hole in the bottom and dangle something from the bottom, but I completely forgot to do that. That's why I wanted to do it, you know, punch the hole before I did this, but because you can't really fit it in there. But that's okay. You guys get the idea. And I am going to take this, put a tiny bit of glue. I put a tiny bit of glue on top. I'm going to let it cool off a little. And then I just take it and make a little. And this one I'm going to do a little different. I'm going to put this through here. Okay. And I'm going to just take this. I got to put a knot on top, but not all the way up. I'm just going to put it, oh, I don't know, maybe an inch or two. This is so that you can hang it from there. And you want to make sure your knot is big enough, so I might go over that a couple times because this bead has a pretty big hole in it. And then just kind of go like that, and that's so that the bead doesn't slide off. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to take this and put it through the top just like that. All right, and I'm going to take that. Oh gosh, I hope I made that big enough. Okay, just cut that glue off, and I'm going to tie a little bow on top. Gosh darn it, I don't know if I see, even as long as I made it kind of small. It can be done, it's the right size, but it is small and it is fiddly. But anyway, I'm going to tie a bow, attempt to tie a bow on top. Okay, and that is just to kind of top it off. Here, I am going to move this a little closer to me. I hope you guys can see it. But I'm just tying a bow, that's all I'm doing. And then that way, we can, yeah, good. Okay, it's not the greatest bow, but you get the idea, okay. I'm gonna move this around a little bit and get it the way I want it. Okay, that's closer. Anyways, and then you can take a dab of glue and just kind of get it the way you want it. I think probably I don't want it in front of Santa's face, so I may put a little tiny bit right there. And just kind of maybe move that over, right? And then maybe, I don't know, whatever, something like that, guys. Okay, so you're going to have your bow here, right? I don't know how that got glue on it, but oh well. Get that glue off of there. Never ending. Okay, let me pull that in a little bit. There we go, that's better. And maybe put a dot right there. Right, there we go. So you will have a bow maybe on top. You don't have to. Your choice. And your little thing sitting there. We're going to do one more thing though, because I like it to look good from all sides. So it's beautiful, blingy, and wonderful. I am going to take my glass glitter glue, and I'm going to take that, and where did my brush go? And I am going to put that, and this is where it gets a little tricky because you don't want to get it on your bow and all that stuff. So I'm going to try and get it just to where I want. I want it just on the edges outside here, kind of sloppy, not real, you know, perfect. I don't want a perfect line or anything. That's not what I'm going for. But I'm going to do that and do that all the way around. Try not to get it on my bow. And there's something, it's a piece of glue. That's the bad part about hot glue. It gets all the little strings everywhere. Okay, and then I'm going to do that all the way around where I want my stuff. And that is it there. And I'm going to just take this and put it on. Okay. Right, Here we go. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. So you have that on the outside. You've got your bling on the inside. Oops, see, there's still more strings in there. And I think it turned out great. All right. Put that back in here. But it makes a beautiful ornament. I personally like the rusted ones better, but this one is, I just wanted to show you both. So here we go. That is that. Okay. Here is this. And that is what we made. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. And head on over to BEEBEECRAFT because they do have a lot of fun stuff. I mean, I can think of a gazillion things to do with this, but I wanted it to be kind of a Christmas thing. And it just, look how pretty that is. And that would be a wonderful, you know, like a housewarming gift or something like that. You could make both of them, right? Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, look at all the sparkle. And it's not even dry all the way. When it dries all the way, it'll be even better. So anyway, you guys take care, and I hope to see you real soon with another video, and enjoy. Bye-bye.